What are common mistakes? We talked about Medigap. We talked a little about Medicare Advantage. What are some mistakes that maybe we didn't talk about today that you're like, these are a couple mistakes that I'm seeing now with people making Medicare decisions?
So I think the first one is always that people are coming to us too late, meaning they're coming to us when they're 64.9 years old. And the persons they think that they've got their ducks in a row on a retirement plan. Because of what you said, and when you were ranting about the fact that other advisors kind of like fluff off Medicare, the book says pretty clearly every time I speak in public, somebody asks me, when are they to begin thinking about Medicare? When does that go on the radar screen? From a financial planner's point of view, of which I'm one and you are as well, I tell those people, attendees, the following. It is the January 1st of the year that the first person in your household turns 63, not 65. 63 and the January of that year. And the reason is because your investment strategy and all the fancy strategies you can have all the way down to your holdings have tax implications, and your Medicare premium is adjusted for your taxable income. So it does you no good to have fancy financial investment strategy X if that is introduced unintentionally a tax liability, which has created a higher Medicare premium, which can be bigger than the unknown.
Oh man, this was so good. You know, this is your best point of the hour at the end. Because
I leave the best for last, Josh, but that's number one.
Well, let me. Yeah, I want to go to 2, 3, but this one's so good. We're probably going to have only time for this one. Write down this for next time and send it to my people, because I really am touched by this. What's going on with? I would actually caution that 63 is great, but if you retired at 55, it might be 55, because you might want to do Roth conversions from 55 to 63. And then you might not want to do them at 64 or 65, because then your Medicare is going to be jacked up.
And you've just uncovered it right there. That's why I said the first time to call, you couldn't absolutely right. My point is that what ends up happening is somebody has made those Roth conversions at 63, pushed off their annual because they wanted to do it for their own and those rational reasons. But in fact, the ripple effect can be to increase your taxable income during that conversion year. Or you hold mutual funds and you get a year-end distribution, and since you didn't really understand it and how the nature of those distributions worked, and they withheld the tax at the brokerage, you didn't understand what the ripple effect was. And instead, you've just got a bigger number.
Yeah, now you're paying $400. Very interesting. Correct. People worried about their Medicare getting jacked up when they're 70, 72. I get all these listeners, they call me, they go, 72, my Medicare is $400 a month now because I got the RMD. You should be planning for Medicare at, well, I'm going to take it another step forward, Jay, 50.
Okay, that's right.
50 to
you're
55,
absolutely right.
Because here's why. I have a dear client in her 70s. We met now. We did a 10-year drain of her IRAs, built the Roth, built the tax-free. This person has like $2 million, and they're in a 0% state income tax in New Jersey, paying the lowest Medicare possible because we properly structured things with insurance, with Roths, with tax-deferred programs, so that they didn't pay those extra tax on mutual funds. Wow, Jay, this segment, folks, you're going to want to go back to this. This is the best segment. And Jay, I want to do our next show all on this, because advisors don't get this.
Advisors don't get it.
You could have
I've called this the silo effect. This is what I've been on on the times that are on places less important than yours, Josh. The reality is that this is what I've been calling the silo effect. keeping topics separate, but there's actually important interactions, financial ones, for certain persons. I'll slip in the second point, which is that people are so relieved to not get the penalty. I'm signed up for Medicare correctly. I've signed up for a Medigap or Medicare Advantage. They think that they can set it and forget it. Cannot be right given our conversation today, right? Because every contract that's an annual contract is subject to brutally intense competition. That means the Medicare system could change based on demographic and fiscal weight. It can mean that the sellers are competing with each other, which has benefited the consumer. So getting the most from Medicare dollar from your dollars, which may mean optimizing your access to health care that you want to have or want to receive, is entirely dependent on keeping up to date, entirely.
So that's how we're going to end today. Don't fluff off Medicare and watch your funds, your mutual funds that kick off distributions. Maybe you've had that mutual fund for 30 years. Could be great. I've had people, they have millions of dollars in Acme XYZ fund.
Sure.
Vanguard, blah, blah, blah fund. Fidelity, blah, blah, blah fund. But what got you to retirement may really hurt you with these Medicare taxes and premiums going up. So you got to be careful about that. Call us now, 888-988-JOSH, for the book by Jae Oh. Best segment, this final segment we've ever had. This was really good. I want to do a whole nother show on this. This was powerful. 888-988-JOSH. Get the book by Jae Oh. Maximize Your Medicare. MaximizeYourMedicare.com is his website. Thank you for joining us. Thanks very much.
The preceding program was sponsored by the Jalinski Advisory Group.
Any awards, rankings, or recognition by unaffiliated third parties or publications, including 5-Star Wealth Manager, Advisory of the Year finalist by Senior Market Advisor, and top of the $1 Million Roundtable, are in no way indicative of the advisor's future performance or any individual client's investment success. No award, ranking, or recognition should be construed as a current or past endorsement of Josh Jalinski or Wealth Quarterback LLC. Information regarding specific awards, rankings, or recognitions is available on the Wealth Quarterback website at www.jalinski.org. All investment strategies have the potential for profit or loss. Investment strategies such as asset allocation, diversification, or rebalancing do not assure or guarantee better performance and cannot eliminate the risk of investment losses. There are no guarantees that a portfolio employing these or any other strategy will outperform a portfolio that does not engage in such strategies. This broadcast should not be construed by any client or prospective client as a solicitation to effect or attempt to effect transactions in securities or the rendering of personalized investment advice. Due to various factors, including changing market conditions, the information discussed in this broadcast may no longer be reflective of current positions or recommendations. While information presented is believed to be factual and up to date, Josh Jalinski and Wealth Quarterback do not guarantee its accuracy, and it should not be regarded as a complete analysis of the subjects discussed. The tax and estate planning information discussed is general in nature, is provided for informational purposes only, and should not be construed as legal or tax advice. Listeners should consult an attorney or tax professional regarding their specific legal or tax situation.
Advisory services offered through Wealth Quarterback LLC.